Hi guys, I'll continue assessment 5. It's a bit difficult to sitting down whole day. I'm videoing this and usually sit down here and then my shoulder is holding it inside like this. So I just stretch a bit. Yeah. Alright. Maybe it's a good thing because some students don't really need help between question 1 and 8. And need more help between 9, 10, 11, 12 till 14. So we'll just, maybe it's not a bad idea, separating. Let's do this together. The solution is all here, but used intercept method to sketch the graph as this, showing. So this one is already in a bracket, which means what? It's factorize it. Okay. If you have question without factorization, what do you need to do? You need to factorize it. Showing all the intercepts, yeah, x-intercept and y-intercept. When we get the x-intercept when y equals 0, y-intercept when x equals 0, and turning point. Okay, in this case, already given this, so which means I know the root is minus 2 and 3. Solution is that, isn't it? Yeah, that's simple enough. Therefore, let's go. Let's go this one. X-intercept when y equals 0. So this one equals 0, that one equals 0. So I got minus 2 and 3, which I already done it. Yeah. So I know we will have solution minus 2 and 3 here. Okay, 0 and 0. Yeah, that's gonna be x-intercept, and the y-intercept is x equals 0 plugged in. X equals 0, 0, 0 plus 2, so 0 and 0. 2 times minus 3, minus 6. Y is minus 6. So when x equals 0, y is minus 6. Minus 6. Okay? And I can assume y equals x squared, x plus 2, x minus 3. So x times x here, we got x squared. Is that positive or negative? Positive. Positive. This is positive graph. Positive graph look like? Good job, guys. Positive. So again, positive look like? Negative look like this. Yeah. So I have something like this. That makes sense, isn't it? Yeah, I can draw. No, I can't draw this and pass that now. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. I'm not sure. I know this quadratic parabola past this and those 3 points. However, we don't know turning point yet, don't we? So I should be careful. Okay, I don't know where. Let's go and find the turning point. Turning point. Yeah. We can use turning point form, which means we have to go back. Yes, and then expand that and change the turning point form. You can do it, but it takes too long, isn't it? Yep, it takes too long. And they ask intercept method. So I'm just using these two intercepts. Turning point is happening in the middle. That makes sense? Yep, they are symmetric. So it has to be in the middle. Doesn't matter where I go, turning point is in middle point. Yeah. So all I need to do, where is the middle between minus 2 and 3? Getting the average, divide by 2, because we got 2 points. We got 1 over 2, half. Therefore, that point has to be 1 over 2 half. When x equals, we compare the x. When x is half, 1 over 2, what about y? So you're going back that equation. So when x is half, we can plug in half, half. Work that out. Y is minus 25 over 4. You need to be able to do this algebra. Okay? And then turning point. Therefore, that is turning point, isn't it? Yeah, rough drawing. Turning point is when x is half, y is negative 25 over 4. Look at it, minus 20 over 4. Okay, yeah, should be alright. Yeah, should be alright. Makes sense. So you guys happy with that? Yep. I mean, they specified, so we're using this. Good. You happy? Okay. Next one. Question 10. Function here. Okay, this is what? Completing the square form or turning point form, power form, all same thing. Okay, it's a turning point. It must be we can use turning point. State the turning point. Okay, so we should state turning point. Whether graph has minimum or maximum, we should indicate that. Find y-intercept and then sketch graph. That's all we need to do. 1, 2, 3, and 4 things. Make sure what actually question asks you. So you have to cover everything. Turning point is already, they made the turning point form. All I need to do, x is changing sign 3, y is minus 9. So that is turning point. Turning point. Minus 3, 3 and minus 9. So I don't know the graph. However, I know when x is 3, 1, 2, 3, and minus 9, somewhere here, we become turning, or that become turning point. And when I go back, it's very important, check. X squared, okay, this is what? When I expand this, I get positive. There is no negative there, isn't it? So eventually I'll get x squared form. I mean 5x, doesn't matter whatever. I have positive gradient. So this one look like positive. Yes, positive. So I will have something like this. I can't draw that very well at this point, but will look like that. Therefore, state turning point, first thing I did it. Second one is a minimum or maximum. That turning point gonna be, will look like this, isn't it? Smallest y I can possibly have. That is minimum. The shape look like this, therefore it's minimum. If shape is look like that, top. So that is maximum point. Oops. Yeah. All right. And 3, y-intercept when x equals 0. So when x equals 0, calculate it, we got 36, y equals 36. So y-intercept when x equals 0, y is 36, 36 here. Okay? So they didn't ask x-intercept, so I actually don't know. But I know this will be something like this. Roughly. If they can ask what is x-intercept as well. When y equals 0, we can figure that out too. And then indicate it if they ask it. If they just say sketch graph, we can actually get that too. But that is 3 and minus 9. I should draw a bit higher, but you can see it's rough drawing, yeah. And then state, that's important. State domain and range. Domain is about x, yeah. Range of x. Range is y. Range of y. How much they cover. In this case, I can see the x can go forever and forever. Therefore, domain is, so about x, x can go to all the way to negative infinity to all the way. There's no limit. There is no limit, infinity. And when you use infinity, you use this bracket. Okay? Exclude bracket. And then range is the range of what? Y values. Y values can go all the way through, oh, no limit there, infinity. We go to infinity. When you use infinity, you have to use exclude bracket, isn't it? And then, can we have smaller than minus 9 value here in that graph? No. The smallest number you can get is what? Negative 9 for y value. Therefore, this is minus 9. You have to draw and compare. And then, it doesn't make sense. It should include it. Include. So actually, when you have exact number, you have to use include 1. When you have negative or positive infinity, you use exclude bracket. That makes sense? Okay. So we've done the whole thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You guys happy with that? Make sure you cover the whole thing. Okay? Question 11. Okay? Convert the function into turning point form. Oh, okay. Completing the square. Therefore, this one goes to half of that. X, half of this minus 3 square. And then minus 339 plus 3. Therefore, y equals x minus 3 squared minus 6. I change it to turning point form using completing the square technique. And I know turning point is, change the sign, 3 inside of the x1 and then minus 6 right on the whole thing. So turning point is 3 and 1, 2, 3, 3, negative 6. That's going to be the turning point. So I did the first thing. Turning point form, done that. Sketch the graph showing all relevant points. So okay, we need turning point and then we need x-intercepts and y-intercepts. When x-intercept, I'll just use that. When y equals 0, y equals 0, squared and number, move one side, calculate it. You know, we're dealing with this a lot now. I did it even in this assessment a couple of times. So we get 3 plus square root 6, 3 minus root 6. Sometimes without calculator, you just wonder how big square root is. The easiest way you can do is 1 is 1 times 1, 1. 1. 2 equals 2, 2, square root 4. 3 equals 3, 3, 9. 16, isn't it? So square root 6 is between what? Square root 4 and 9. Root 4 and root 9. Therefore, it's going to be what? 2 point something, isn't it? So I know this is 5 point something. We can estimate it without calculating even. Okay? So like square root 14 is, I know, is somewhere between 3 and 4. So 3 point something. You know, we can roughly think of that. Therefore, I know they will pass. This one is what? 3 and minus 6. Therefore, this is going to be somewhere here. And 0.55, so somewhere here. Good? Because it could be the other side. You know, we can estimate it using that. Okay? So that is 3 plus 3 minus. So obviously, that's not going to be bigger than 3. So it's still positive number. So I know, like this. That's going to be your minimum. Yeah? Positive. Positive. Yeah. Then what else? Okay. We did x-intercept. Yeah. And then y-intercept. What's going to be that one? When x equals 0, plugged in here, 0, 0, y is 3. Or I know that is 3. All good? Yeah, so we actually figured that out whole thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So make sure turning point, x-intercept, y-intercept, if that exists. Sounds good? Okay. Next one. Determine equation. Okay. Now we have graph, and then we try to figure out equation. And what I have here, turning point. So turning point is 2n minus 9. And then I have 1 point. When x is 0, y is minus 1. How do I know x is 0? It's 0, minus 1. So I have 1 point in this. Okay, so do you remember? Go back and we can use that formula, isn't it? In this case, we're using turning point form. Y equals, do we know gradient there A? We don't know, but x minus 2 square minus 9. That's actually given. Okay, that was formula, isn't it? We plugged in here and there. Just put this number. So I get that. So here. I get everything except I need to know A. In this case, I know when x equals 0, y gonna be minus 1. So I just plugged in the other point. Then I can get A. You work that out. So A is 2. Therefore, y equals 2. X minus 2 squared minus 9. Done. Okay, unless they ask you to expand it. Okay, next one. A parabola, which means quadratic function, isn't it? Parabola, quadratic function, has roots, which means solutions, which means same as y equals 0. This is x-intercept. So all same thing. The roots, when they say roots is minus 2 and 4, which means when x equals minus 2 and 4, we will have y equals 0. Okay? Please remember this. They're saying minus 2 and 4 when I draw it. That's what they're saying. Okay? And using the formula, y equals a, x minus e. Okay, when we know the roots, all I need to do, plug in minus 2, minus 4. The formula already have negative and negative, therefore I just put in minus 2, 4. So it becomes positive and negative. All good. So I have y equals a, x plus 2, x minus 4. It's easy. Fourth question is in the in your booklet. I actually taught you as well. You know, it's a formula is there. You can go back and check it if you're not sure. And then same pattern. We know 1 point because we need 1 point to get a. Plugged in, x is 1. Y is minus 18, A is 2 as well. In this case, A is 2, so Y equals 2, X plus 2, X minus 4. Okay, or we can expand that. Doesn't really matter. Depends on any form. Oh, they actually said all 3 forms, so you can get that. When you expand inside, you will get that. General form, and then also I can completing the square to get this. Okay, I can complete the square. Everybody happy with that? Yeah. So 3 turning point form, general form, and this one is well, factorized form. Okay. Yeah. Next one, the last question. A golf ball is hit upward, okay, A of the T and heights, okay, so obviously going up and then down, isn't it? So they're only checking the height. When I hit that golf ball, that will be on the ground, so the height is 0. And then height will increase and get to the top, and then decrease and land. When the ball landed, the height is 0. So I will have 2 points where the height is 0. Okay, we'll leave it that way. Sketch a graph of golf ball showing the vertical height against time. Okay, the height depends on time. Y depends on X. Okay, Y is always depends on something, and X become independent factor. Time, second, done that. Height, meter. I can write that down here. Okay, and then we have this. Height equals, I write down, minus 8t squared equals 40 plus 40t. If you don't like, keep using t. Let's say t equals x. Then I can write down this again. And h equals y. Y equals minus 8x squared plus 40. That's what you're dealing with. Easy? I mean, I recommend you use h and t, but I just want to show you. It's actually, yeah, parabola, quadratic function. So, all I need to do, sketch. So, you will be able to, how can I sketch this? You go and get turning point, isn't it? Yep. And I know it's going to be 0 when I start. How do I get this? Yep. What is that? X intercept. When y equals 0, then I will get the 0 and 5. Calculating this. Okay. Move that. 8x squared equals 40. X squared is 5. Hold on up. What did wrong? Hold on. 0 minus 8 x squared plus 40. 8x squared equals 40. X squared is 5. Okay. Hold on. Sorry guys, I realized something really looks wrong, but I realized that actually didn't write down this. Sorry guys, yep, because otherwise it looked like this. I had to pause it because something went wrong. Okay, so x is there now. It's totally different question. I'll just write down here. Sorry. Y equals minus 8x squared plus 40x, not 40, okay? And then I can write down minus 8 x minus 5. Okay, in this case, I know this is what? Highest common factor. So I can see it in XX there, both, okay? And then I can see 8 and 8 there. Therefore, when I want to know x-intercept, when y equals 0. So that has to be 0, that has to be 0. Therefore, x equals 0, x equals 5. Which means I know when x equals 0, that's true, that has to be 0, isn't it? Yeah, because when time is 0, when I hit it, the moment they actually stay on the ground, so height is 0, and then 5. In 5 seconds, so hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they landed. Oh, sorry, the ball landed, isn't it? So the 5 second, they fly 5 seconds here. And then height was increasing. When time goes, height was increasing and then dropped. That's what they're saying. 1 second increase to, don't know, but somewhere here they get what? Yes. When do we get this highest point? We can use that, isn't it? When we know 2, 0, 5 divided by 2, 2.5. So 2.5. And then when I plugged in that number into this, I get y equals 50. Turning point is that. Good. And it's maximum height as well. So I just did that. When does the golf ball have a vertical height 0? When vertical height is 0, which means in this case vertical height is y when y equals 0, which means x-intercept these two, 0 second and 5 second. You need to write it down. It was 0 second and 5 second rather than this. Make sure you write it down. What was the maximum golf ball reached during the, okay. We know golf ball reached 50 meters, the maximum point. And what was the total flight time? Start from 0, finish 5 seconds. So all there. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Actually, I make a couple of mistakes. Forget writing down x and t. Hopefully, you don't make that mistake. Yes. So I complete that. Make sure you go through this again, because this is probably the best preparation. Your test gonna be very similar to this, just different number. Okay, and also this assessment is very similar to possible test or exam questions. Okay, well done, guys.